This is a Coachman Festival 635. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker, you have your two gas bottle tie downs where you can mount your two gas bottles, a maximum of two 6 kilogram propane gas bottles at any time. You can then also connect your gas bottle via the gas pipe on the front. It's a reverse thread fitment that goes into the gas bottle itself. And should you need new gas pipe, well, this is just the engineer's test piece on here at the moment. We do have this available on site for £15 a piece. Coming down the side of the van, you have your Truma heating and hot water flue. The Truma heating and hot water flue is very simply there to allow the heating system to breathe. So you don't ever cover this up. It's very much the same as a flue you have on the side of your house. Coming down below that, you've also then got your wind down legs on either side at the front. They are here to stabilise the van rather than lift the caravan. If you lift the caravan with these legs, it could potentially damage the floor of the van. You've then got your water pump connection. Very simple. Pull it out and push it into the side of the van. You can use a cover here above to lock the pump in place. The pickup pipe itself drops down inside the acro roll, and I'll show you how to fill the system once we go inside the van. Then you've got your battery box and your mains power lead coming into the side of the van. So the power comes from the mains power lead, connects to the power on site and then into the side of the caravan. In here you'll also find your motor mover power switch and your 110 amp leisure battery also. Motor mover and wheel nuts. We'll talk wheel nuts while you're here on site and we'll demonstrate the motor mover in person to you. Down the side of the van you'll also find your two grey waste pipes. So the fresh water that goes in the front of the van has to come out somewhere, and that's what these two grey pipes are here for. You have two bits of grey pipe that go into these large diameter holes, plug into the side of the van and then drop down inside your waste master. As you can see in the workshop here, we're just using a bucket to do that. Back of the van you'll find your toilet flush tank, so you'll open this up with a key, and in here you'll need to put 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. In the bottom, you'll find your toilet waste cassette. So to remove the toilet tank, you'll pull up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees, tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping your waste away, it will spit and splatter back at you. On the back of the van, on either side of the van, you'll have your wind down legs again. Better to wind them just through these U shapes on the back, upside down U's. And the same on this side as well. Coming down the door side of the caravan, you've got your two fridge vents. Two fridge vents are very simply there to allow the fridge system to breathe, allow some heat out of it and take some cool air in. And down the front, you've got your barbecue gas point, and you've got your storage locker for underneath the front seating area, and the last wind down leg. Coming inside the caravan now, you'll see that I've got open straight down the floor down there your mains fuse blocks. As you can see, you've got your master trip switches, and they're all individually labelled for what each one does. And then to test if you've got power coming to the caravan, if you hit the test switch, if this switch drops down as it has just done, it means there is mains power coming from the site you are on. At the bottom, you've got your 12 volt fuses for the 12 volt systems on board the caravan. And there is a list at the bottom here for what each of these does. Once you've got power connected to the caravan, you can press the power button above the door and it will turn on the master power to the caravan. You've got your internal lights on and off, awning light for the outside of the caravan on and off, and then your water pump run on and off. You've got your battery level voltage when you press the button here on the opposite side, and it will bring up the voltage here. And the button here doesn't actually do anything on this particular van. It's just the same control panel as they use in all of the Coachman range. So to fill the water system up, the first thing you're going to need to do is come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan. And underneath the seat, you're going to find two yellow valves. Now they need to be flat with the floor to fill the water system up. If I lifted them valves upright, so I pulled this edge up here and put it so it was upright, it would drain all of the water out of the system on board the caravan onto the floor underneath. And that is what you need to do when you're finished using the caravan for your holiday. At that point then, you can come over to every tap on board the caravan, open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system, and then turn your water pump on above the door. Once you turn the water pump on, it will allow the water system to start filling, And once that water system is completely full, you'll have water running continuously out of every tap on board the caravan. And at that point, you can shut all of the taps back off and you can start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So like I said, you'd never turn these taps off until this water system is completely full, and that'll be every hot side of the water system in the caravan. So that'll be the 2 taps in the bathroom on the hot side and the kitchen sink one here as well. You'll then come to the control panel above the door, and this is your heating and hot water control panel. So as you'll see, you've got your main control panel to the left and your heating and hot water to the right. We'll press the central button here and it will take us into the options for the caravan. And the first option you're going to see flashing here, not quite sure if you can see that. Let me just turn down the screen brightness for a moment. There we go. So now you can see the first icon that we have flashing on this control panel is the room temperature. So we'll press the middle button and it allows us to go into the room temperature. You can control the room temperature by going off or spinning it all the way around to 30 degrees. And to set it, again, you'll hit the central button and that'll be your room temperature set. If you want to turn your hot water on, once you've got the icon flashing here again, you'll spin the dial to the right and go to the water temperature, hit the central button, and you've either got eco, hot, or boost for when you're showering on board the caravan. So you can select the heat or the water temperature you want it to be, so eco for instance, and it will start warming up to the eco setting. Next symbol across is the power source you're going to run the caravan on. So you've got electric 2, which is 2,000 watts of power coming into the caravan from the site you're on. Electric 1, which is 1,000 watts of power coming into the caravan from the site you're on. Mix 2 is 2,000 watts of electric and gas at the same time. Mix 1 is 1,000 watts of electric and gas at the same time. And then you have gas on its own. When you ignite it on gas on its own, if it fails to ignite, it'll come up with gas fail on the screen and it will let you know it has failed to ignite. If you're on a site where you haven't got, or when you're trying to use the caravan to shower in, we do advise that you select mix 1 or mix 2 and turn your gas bottle on prior to that, because it'll allow the gas system to boost the water heating a lot quicker than the electric water heating. Down the bottom of the screen you have 3 advanced options. For these we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan. So that is your heating and hot water and how to fill the water system up. Next thing we go to is the microwave and the hob, grill and oven. All 3 of these work very much like your household appliances. There are the manuals that come with the caravan just at the front there. The electric ring and the microwave will only work when you're plugged into 240 mains power. However, the rest of the hob, grill and oven will all work off the gas supply in the front locker. To turn the fridge on, you'll press and hold the power button here on the left hand side. And then as you can see on the screen just about here, it's indicating to me that it's on automatic mode at the moment. So if you have it on automatic mode, it will connect to the first power source it sees available. So at the moment, it's trying to connect to, give me a second, just trying to get that so you can see it properly. So at the moment, it's trying to connect to mains power, as you can see. To select another power source, you'll need to press the box on the left-hand side here, which will then go to mains power. And you control the temperature on mains with the button here on the right hand side. 12 volt mode. 12 volt mode is for when you're towing down the road, so you can use the fridge as a cool box. So you select the 12 volt mode, have your main control panel turned off above the door, and then the fridge will work as a cool box. And the only reason for that is to get the beer and wine nice and cold, or your butter, keep your butter cold as you're travelling. You've then also got your gas mode. Now, if it fails to ignite on gas, it'll flash the screen, very similar to what it was just doing with the 12 volt mode. And the reason it was doing it on 12 volt mode is because we haven't got it connected to a car at the moment. And then on gas, like I said, if it fails to ignite, it'll flash the symbol here and it'll also flash the screen. And the light here will also go red to indicate it has failed. On mains or gas, you control the temperature of the fridge on this button on the right-hand side. The last thing we're going to go through on this particular caravan is the toilet system in the bathroom. The toilet has an electric flush. You have a toilet full indicator light here on the left hand side, which illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, when you're removing the cassette from underneath the van, you need to have it back in the central position here. And then below the toilet, you have your grey waste handle. You'll need to have this open to allow the waste into the cassette under the van, and in the closed position when you are finished using the toilet, and also in the closed position when you are trying to remove the toilet waste cassette from the side of the van. If you don't have it in the closed position, you could potentially damage the toilet waste cassette itself. The ladders for the bunks are just here, and they very simply clip into these two brackets just here on the front. The table, or the bed itself, at the side of the van here, this table will drop down into place and this leg will fold over. This table then will drop into these rails either side here to set the table up, and the cushions either side will drop down to make the bed centerpiece up. The front bed of the caravan, the handle here, will allow you to pull out the fold out slats, so you pull that all the way out. We do advise that you turn these cushions over because of the hump section here, and then you drop them down into the centre to allow the bed to be made up. So that is the Coachman Festival 655, or 635, sorry. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect the van. Thank you again. Bye-bye.